Hey friends, happy Friday, Good Friday, March the 29th, day 158 of Experiencing God. How have you experienced God today? So today I experienced God through Barabbas. Do you guys know who Barabbas is? Have you ever heard of his name? Do you know who he was, what he did? Barabbas was a notorious criminal. All right, so I was reading the story tonight of Jesus, right? Of Good Friday, of the day that he went on trial before Pilate, and how he was crucified and how he was beat and how he was mocked. And I was reading all of that, and the story and the part about Barabbas really stuck out to me tonight. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And so if you go to Matthew chapter 27, starting with verse 15 on to verse 26, this is the part about Barabbas. And it says, starting with verse 15, now it was the governor's custom each year during Passover celebration to release one prisoner to the crowd, anyone they wanted. This year, there was a notorious prisoner, a man named Barabbas. As the crowds gathered before Pilate's house that morning, he asked them, which one do you want to release to you, Barabbas or Jesus, who is called the Messiah? He knew very well that the religious leaders had arrested Jesus out of envy. Just then, as Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent him a message. Leave that innocent man alone. I suffered through a terrible nightmare last night about him. Meanwhile, the leading priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to be released, for Jesus to be put to death. So the governor asked again, which of these two do you want me to release to you? The crowd shouted back, Barabbas. Pilate responded, then what should I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah? They shouted back, crucify him. Why? Pilate demanded. What crime has he committed? The mob roared back even louder, crucify him. Pilate saw that he wasn't getting anywhere and that the riot was developing. So he sent for a bowl of water and he washed his hands before the crowd, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. The responsibility is yours. And all the people yelled back, we will take responsibility for his death, we and our children. So Pilate released Barabbas to them. He ordered Jesus flogged with a lead-tipped whip, then turned him over to Roman soldiers to be crucified. Barabbas, who is he, right? What did he do? He was a notorious criminal. And at that moment, when Jesus took his place, right? Jesus could have been set free. Jesus had to fulfill, the prophecy, but Jesus could have been set free, but he took the place of a notorious criminal. And even then, just a couple of hours before his death, was a foreshadow and a foretelling of what he did for all of humanity. He took the place of Barabbas, the notorious criminal. He took his place so he could be set free, right? And so even though it wasn't his choice, but this is how God planned it. Jesus, right, took our place on the cross. He was crucified for us so that we could be set free. It was a foreshadow and a foretelling to what was to come. Barabbas was a representation for all of humanity. We have been set free. We have been let off, right? We only get to go free, though, and to receive the gift if we receive salvation, if we receive what Jesus did for us. Jesus did everything he's going to do for us. Died on the cross for us, made it so we could have eternal life. But we have to take the gift. So I want to encourage you tonight, if you've not received salvation, surrender your life to Jesus. He took the place on the cross for you. He became sin for you so that you could be like Barabbas and go free, right? He loves you so much. That's what Good Friday is all about. When Jesus died, right before he died, the sky went black. And when he died, the rocks were split open. The veil was torn. Graves were open. There was so much power in his death because he defeated sin. He defeated the sin for all of humanity. But we can only walk in that victory if we have Jesus in our heart, if we receive the salvation, if we proclaim that he is the Lord of our life. So do that today. He loves you so much. Have a great night.